Hey folks, welcome to Two-Bite Tabletop with Bowties and Bugbear. I'm Steven at Bowties and Bugbear on Twitter, and I am the host of Two-Bite Tabletop, where we try different TTRPGs and see what we can make of them. Tonight is session 0 for game 2 of season 1, Monster of the Week, and I am joined by the fabulous Allie from Dice Drop Evolution. You can find them at https www.dicedropblog.com or on Twitter at dicedrop. And you can find Dice Drop Evolution wherever you get your podcasts. I'm joined by Kyle from Play Nerd Allies. You can find him on twitch.tv/playnerdallies at www.playnerdallies.com and as at alliesnerd on Twitter. We have Kat, who goes by K Meza as a fantastic DM's Guild author and as at Literary Caitlin on Twitter. And finally, Pete Schwab. You can find Pete on DM's Guild and at Disco Pete on Twitter. You can find links to all of our works in the description to this video. But now, on with the show. Enjoy session 0 for Monster of the Week. Hey everybody, welcome to Two-Bite Tabletop, Game 2, Session 0. Tonight, we are having minor technical difficulties. Kyle cannot use his camera, and we've decided we are only going to start with character creation. We are doing Monster of the Week from now until at least the end of October. It's apparently backwards on my screen and backwards in OBS. Yes, so you're going to see the cover in backwards. But Monster of the Week, I have it in digital and I have it in paper. And this is a game that I love but have never played. It's Monster of the Week. Podcasts are some of my favorite podcasts to listen to. And when I started role playing, got back into role playing, I was between picking up D&D 5th edition or Monster of the Week, and it just so happened that 5th edition was at Costco, and that's why I got into 5th edition or purchased 5th edition. I was playing it at the time, but I really wanted to get a chance to play Monster of the Week, and this is my first chance. I'm Stephen Whitmore. I use he, him pronouns, and I am at Bowties and Bugbear on Twitter. I am a D&D 5th edition content creator and writer. I am now an content creator for other TTRPGs, and here on Two-Bite Tabletop, we try all sorts of systems. This week, as I said, we're trying Monster of the Week. To my next side is Kat. Kat, please introduce yourself.
Boy. I still do not have an introduction down, but I'm Kat. You can find me on Twitter at Literary Caitlin. I am also a TTRPG content writer. I have a couple things out on DM's Guild. Plan to come out with some more. And I am very excited to play Monster of the Week because it just sounds super cool. And who doesn't love urban fantasy? So, yeah.
And on the screen the viewers will be seeing, beside Kat, we have the fantastic Kyle, whose face is fantastic and drawn. I love that drawing, Kyle. And I I I will ask you to introduce yourself.
I'm Kyle. I head up Play Nerd Allies. We are an actual play D&D 5e homebrew campaign. We actually have two campaigns going right now in our persistent world. And we are just about to start something I'm very excited about. We are starting a Wheel of Time campaign that's going to go all the way up to the premiere of the new show on Amazon. So that is super exciting. And a bunch of other things too, but you can find me everywhere on Play Nerd Allies, especially on Twitch, which is where we stream.
It's exciting. Has the Wheel of Time started yet, or your campaign of it?
No, it'll start on the 7th of October.
Excellent,
So look for
excellent.
lots of fun announcements.
And next up, we have Disco Pete Schwab. Pete, go for it. Introduce
Hey,
yourself.
hi, I'm Pete, man about the internet, at Disco Pete on Twitter. I do a little TTRPG content creation here and there, but mostly I'm just here to, I don't know, kick some monster ass, I guess. So, cool.
And finally, next to Pete, we have Allie from Dice Drop Revolution. Some of my favorite stickers on my water bottle come. Oh, there we go. That side.
Yeah, so
Uh,
I'm Allie. I'm the game goddess of Dice Drop Evolution. It's a Mutants and Masterminds-ish actual play podcast, and you can find us on Twitter at dice_drop. Or, if you feel like listening to the podcast literally anywhere you can find podcasts. If you just look up Dice Drop Evolution, we will be right there.
All right. And so for tonight, we are going to do character creation. Allie has already created a character. It is fantastic. But we haven't decided. Allie has not decided an age. That was Allie's big question. And her ages her age she wanted were either 19 or 28, and I said
There was no in between.
Okay.
No.
Well, which character is it?
The spooky.
Okay, all right. So we've got the spooky. So we're gonna be. I should pick a martial class because we're gonna be super magic heavy. We're gonna do spooky, and we're gonna do the other one. What was the other one?
Nothing bad has ever happened to a bunch of glass cannons. I don't know what you're talking about. Not one bad thing has ever happened.
Never.
Not even
What,
one.
How dare you
what archetype is
suggest it?
what archetype is the mundane cat? Is that like a thiefy kind of thing? Is the vibe I
Is
get from
that
the art?
well? I think the mundane. He's the guy that gets like kidnapped, right?
Yeah, he's the dude that gets kidnapped. So
So
really,
he's
like, there's
is he
nothing
like
special.
is he like Xander? Is he like Xander in
Yeah,
Buffy?
that's
Is that the
yeah.
idea?
Yeah,
Okay.
You just wanted to be the Daphne? Really?
yeah, why not?
I mean,
You know,
Okay.
I mean, you
sometimes
do
I don't
need
feel like you
somebody. You do need somebody to be the exposition machine, and that's either
see.
going to be the expert, or mundane. Either everyone's going
Mhm.
to explain to the mundane what's going on, or
Sure.
the expert is going to explain to everyone else what's going on.
I'd like to say the mundane has some great things that will help all of you.
Okay.
So not just getting kidnapped, I'm also, buffing you guys a little.
Mhm.
I am historically known for picking classes and then not playing the class like I should, and I've been yelled at about that many of times. So,
See, I love that. I love that, except for clerics. Somebody
Mm.
doesn't know how to play a healer properly,
Mhm,
you're
mhm.
killing the
no,
whole
so
party.
That's
my
a
thing
It's your
is I
fault.
will but my thing is I will say I'm a druid and then I'd play like a rogue, and that's where I
Mm. I mean,
no,
they
Great
get
though.
past
I'm
without
100%
trace,
here
right?
for it.
You know?
just like, yeah, I like plants, but like also give me gold.
Mhm.
Right.
Also, I need to
Now,
pay those bills, you know?
here's the
Come
thing about
on.
the mundane. The mundane gets a ride. So that can be important.
Oh, nice.
So
Yeah.
is somebody actually playing a mundane already?
Yeah,
Yes,
cat.
I am. I have
Okay,
dibs
Cat's
on the
playing the mundane.
mundane.
All
But
right. So we've got
if you're
so we've
looking,
got a spooky and mundane.
if you want to be like a martial class, you could be the professional or even is it the crooked or the flake? I think the flake. No, the flake is not
The
martial.
Flake is the conspiracy theorist,
Yeah,
right?
What about the
I
what
think
about
Yeah.
the
the
chosen?
crooked is like Peter from Fringe. I
Mm,
think one
It's
of
like
them is
that's
like
like the
that.
roguey one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was between the spooky and that one, and I was just like, I can't do another rogue class. That's all I know. That's all I do.
is
Ah.
is
And
the
so I,
is the
and so I
chosen
picked the
martial?
creepy
Or?
one. So I picked the
So
creepy rogue.
I just
Mm,
hate I do not want to play a chosen story arc. I don't want to play. I hate I don't hate it. If it's done really well, it can be fabulous, but it's so overdone. And I like
mm,
stories where anybody can in fact become a hero and that's part of the story
mhm,
is that circumstance can create a hero instead of there's a bloodline or there was an
mhm.
ancient prophecy or something like that and you're the only one that can do this. I'm like there are no situations in life where you're the only one that can do it.
So
There's
here's
always somebody else that can manage it.
so here's the thing. Do you want to go with the team concept? And can't remember if you were here for that conversation, Kyle. But the question is, do we want to pick a team concept, or are you gonna go with everyone is coming to the mystery for their own reason, and you meet up somewhere?
I think team concept would be fun. Having a like already a thing going because then you don't it's a limited run campaign.
Yeah,
So then you don't have to go through hours of
Mhm.
getting to know each other and all that kind of
absolutely.
stuff. It's just you've been working together.
So
If
I'm
that's
Um
the case, there's a one team concept in here that's called the Unexplained Cases team. I
yeah.
don't know if we're
Mm.
trying to use any of the concepts in the book, but that sounds like something since we already have mundane, spooky, we just specifically need a professional.
I can take that. I don't mind taking the
well
professional. Or sorry, what were you gonna say, Kyle?
well there is all right, if we've got a spooky and we have a mundane, um I feel like I feel I feel like if it was like an amateur monster hunting thing, I'll play the flake and be the conspiracy theorist that actually
Yes,
figures out
yes, yes,
things
yes, 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 yes.
are, and then we've got a mundane who just like wandered in, and then we've got a spooky who
Who's going to
like
judge you the
is the
entire
person
time?
that yeah
Oh
totally
boy.
100%.
Who's like,
Um, It's gonna
We're,
be like,
you
"You're
know,
almost right."
yeah.
So
the
we've got
voices are
Um,
speaking to me and they're telling me you're not 100% there, but I'm going to let you do this.
right. Either
Okay.
that or I could play the expert and Pete could play the spell slinger,
I
at
don't
which
mind playing the
point
professional. I was also looking at the professional. I think that sounds pretty cool.
well, if there's a professional, then the amateur thing doesn't really make sense.
Oh yeah, that's a good
There's,
point. But I mean, could it be
um
professional in air quotes?
Could it?
well,
I feel
I'm
like
Could
this is
it?
the magic of tabletop gaming though.
well, yeah,
Does
right?
he
Like,
does he have to be the professional or can he be like
He just thinks he's a professional.
Well,
like
I kind of
well,
want him.
if
I kind
he's
of want him to be the guy who's always like he's like always dropping the name of like some alphabet soup government agency that nobody's ever heard of. But it's like, well, nobody's ever heard of it. Like, has anybody looked into this? Like he kind of talks a
um
big game, but there's
now.
always a
May I remind
question.
you that we are setting this in Canada, and because I'm Ali, in case you're not aware, I'm Canadian and in
I know
Canada.
you are. I know I
So
had to send you stickers. I
Hey,
know where you
right,
live.
that's right. You know where I live. That's true.
I have your address. I can come find you.
I know, actually, and Pete's read through my resume, so he knows and
Mhm,
so is
mhm.
Kat.
That's
So
right.
Kyle, I'm not sure. I feel he prognosticates addresses anyway.
Mhm, mhm.
Right.
I feel
Yeah.
like he knows where you live.
I
Mhm.
do.
He does.
I do.
So yeah, any of y'all could come and mess with me. Hallie, I'll have to tell you a funny story about the day we got those stickers in the mail.
Oh no!
But it can't go
I'm
on
sorry
recording.
already.
No, I can't go on.
Oh,
It's not the
boy.
stickers. I got the good mail. My wife opened the bad mail, but I
Oh,
can't
no.
talk about it while recording. So, but what I'm getting at here is if we've got a professional, like, do you want to be the unexplained cases team of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police? Do we want to go that
Yes.
hilarious?
Absolutely, yes. Yes. I
Absolutely,
think
yes.
that sounds great.
So if that's the case, if there's a professional, there's a
RCMP.
CP, and there's a mundane. So my question then would be, what's the mundane doing there?
It's
The
for
mundane's
a
my
science
best friend.
project.
The mundane's my best friend. They're my emotional support mundane.
Yes. There we go.
Oh my god!
They're
Are you
your
just
ride. They're your
wait? Are
ride
you
to the
the
meetings.
Are you the one who just like is not actually part of it, but just constantly like shows up on
Yes.
site
Around.
of a monster
Yes.
attack? Just
Absolutely. Like, just somehow
It's like
manages to be there.
you weren't
I, like, don't
answering
know how
your
it happened.
phone, and I just wanted to make sure you were okay.
Yeah.
So I used you know
Use
the
your
find
GPS.
your iPhone thing.
Yep.
Oh my
And
god, cat,
Right
and they
up
were
here. What?
partners. And they were partners.
Seriously.
That is, yes.
I'm just writing down which are
if
playbooks you're using. So I've got
if you
spooky,
guys,
mundane, professional. Kyle, are you going with Flake?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I want to figure out
Cool.
what's happening here so that I
You
can
have to
make
go with
the
Flake.
biggest choice. You don't have to go with Blake if there's already a professional. Like there's
I
because
don't understand the problem.
those things bump. Those concepts bump. Like,
I'm just too
if
loose
you
of a DM where I'm just like, this is fine.
well, no, it's of course yes, I could make it work, but the idea just it hurts my head. The idea of a conspiracy theorist working in a government agency that can literally let them know whether or not the conspiracy is true.
Are you
I
serious?
hear,
Are you
I hear
serious
great
right now?
character. I don't know what you're hearing.
Um,
I'm hearing a
Well, I
fantastic
think
Yeah.
part of it
That's like
part
the
of
whole
it too
premise
is
of the
I
X
also
Files, dude. Like, come
I
on.
also don't want to give any air to conspiracy theorists right
Mhm.
now because it's just not
Sure.
it's
That's
destroying
not
our whole
fun.
That's
fucking
fair.
planet.
Okay.
Yeah.
That one I will give to you. That one I will
But
give.
what if they're just super into, like, cryptozoology or something, and that's, like, their
Yeah,
conspiracy
that's not
thing?
Well, that's the
Everything
no, that's
leads
the
back to
expert.
cryptids.
Mhm.
We're
That
gonna
would be
find
the
Bigfoot in
expert.
Canada.
You know, I would. So if it is, so if the mundane is the partner of the spooky
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
and just keeps showing up because
Just
the
keep
cat
showing up.
is like
Yeah.
looking at her wrong and she doesn't know how to pet it the same
Mhm.
way you do. You know?
I do have an idea of how the mundane would fit into the RCMP, and that is, are you familiar with something called the musical ride? It's about
What?
the only time the
No.
Mounties actually mount horses,
Oh my
It's called the
god.
and they
musical
like
ride.
do like some sort of a horse show to music. And I feel like the mundane started out as the coordinator of the musical ride. Like that would be the most
Oh my god.
hilariously Canadian.
Wait,
Or they are like the
wait.
museum keeper of the RCMP
I've-
museum in Regina, Saskatchewan.
Well, so I feel like something that would work really well for the mundane would be if they were like the IT person or something where
Oh
their
my
job is
god.
like to fix the computers and so they're always there because there's always like a ghost in the computer. There's actually
Mhm.
ghosts in the machines. They have to fix it and they're just there all the time.
Yeah.
So they just end
Yeah.
up going on the adventures and they already know everything because they are just like at all the computers all the time. Like, oh, are you guys working on a thing with the Sasquatch? Oh, that's cool.
Sasquatch?
But of
I
course,
actually-
Kat,
Honey,
this is
you
your
didn't-
character. You get to choose.
You didn't tell me.
I was watching a TikTok one day. This I promise it relates. But it was like this beautiful lesbian couple like going to like a parent teacher conference, and one was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, my wife's late. She has a reading that she's doing." She's like, "A reading?" And she comes in and she's like this witch lady, and she's just like, "Sorry, I had a tarot card reading." And they're like discussing like the child, and they're like, "The child's like talking to like dead people and like ghosts in the classroom and everything." And the witch mother's just like, "Oh, they're gifted! Yay!
No,
Thank you so much!" And I was just like, okay, this is where that could go.
right?
That is
My mommy
amazing.
told me I'm special.
Yeah, I'm special.
There's all right. So
Give me a witch
if we've
mommy.
got a professional, we've got a spooky, and we've got a mundane. I am flipping between my original two, which is either the expert, who just is the one who's supposed to know everything that's going on and is constantly has their head in a book and just sort of, wanders into danger, or the spell slinger who thinks they're amazing but is just always wrong.
So a boss.
Always?
Always. Well, I think, oh no, I could totally, or I could be a monster. I could be an actual monster. That
That
might
would be fun.
being the monster guy in the group. Because I didn't really even look at that one. Like this.
That one did
all right.
sound interesting.
So the monstrous. I love how he's got like a jersey on.
Oh yeah.
Is that a Michael
Man.
Jordan? Is that a Michael Jordan jersey? 23.
I don't
that
know.
good,
That's
yeah?
sportsing ball, and
It
I
is
don't know.
It is 23. If that's Michael Jordan's number,
I think it is. I don't know. It is sports ball, so I may be out of my lane here.
It's pronounced sportsing ball.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I can't even pronounce it correctly.
Because it's it's an active verb.
Okay, that's right. You don't go out in sports. You go out in sporting.
No. Yeah, that's
Of
right.
How dare I?
Yay,
How dare
I? Okay, so there is there are some fun things there. I could totally I feel like a little fairy.
oh, that would be fun.
Oh, nice.
Might
That would be good.
cute.
Kind of a nasty
the other
fairy,
thing,
though. Like there's like
the other thing too might be. Do you guys watch What We Do in Shadows?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, being an energy vampire
Oh god.
is just so
So
ridiculously boring.
I did have since I like kind of went through what I wanted to do for my character for the spooky, there was an option where it said, "Tune in. You can attune your mind to a monster or minion." I'm just letting you know.
If we were doing together an energy vampire thing, because the way that they work in what we do in Shadows is that they either infuriate other people and then feed off that frustration, or they bore people so much that they're literally sucking the life out of them.
the energy is
Oh my lord.
It's like falling asleep at
So
the
I
desk.
feel like if you attuned to me while I was doing that, it would just be us like, yeah, there was this really good recipe for zucchini bread that was amazing. It was so tasty, and my neighbor made it for me. It was great.
Amazing.
But I feel like going up to a monster and just being like, I love your fur. It's really I think your furs need.
Where do you get your nails done?
I think maybe. Did you know that sometimes fur is made of the same things as like fingernails, so it's not really,
It's
alive
keratin.
anymore. And just sort of that droning thing the whole time, and just constantly hurting him with life drain. As he's just bored into submission while everyone else is doing other shit. Like I feel like that could be very interesting.
Yeah.
As the spooky, I'm just gonna take over everybody. You're welcome.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, because
Perfect.
there
I'm
is
the real
life
monster.
force. You can feed
I am
on
the
my
real
force.
Oh god.
All right. Are people? I mean, Allie's got her character done, but are people working through their character sheets now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can
Yeah, I'm
you
just looking
send
at it.
me the fillable character sheet again? Sorry, I did not.
I believe I sent you there was a link. I'll send. What's the best way to send that email right now, Kyle?
Just in Discord. Just in
Discord?
Discord. Yeah.
Okay. Just
I'll
send it
just
here.
grab the link.
Yeah, so what ages were everybody thinking though? Because I'm either going to be a teen or I'm going to be 28.
I personally am going to lean towards a teenager, so
I mean, would teenagers be like members of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police?
hey,
Or
you know
is
what?
that...
Maybe so. Maybe
They're
so.
techies.
Okay.
Maybe there's no
How
people who are
advanced are
techies.
you? They could be super advanced. You don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, super fucking smart.
They could
Can I-
be
Wow.
interning before they go to
Yeah.
university. It's fine.
Exactly.
I
Intern.
love that the intern keeps falling into monster fights.
I love it. It's perfect.
Well, but can I
You know,
be
I want
as...
you to know
as
that's the second time I've suggested like a college like scenario in any tabletop gaming thing, and every time people are just like, yes. I'm just like, okay.
No.
But
I mean,
I mean,
works. It's like good.
I would love to be, oh my god, I could be actual Edward from fucking Twilight.
No.
Creepy, so sparkly, but also an energy vampire. So it's like they tried to make him seem cool,
Mhm.
just a weird old guy that doesn't know how to
Mhm.
interact with humans anymore because he's so
Yeah.
much older than everyone. I would love that to be like someone who like grew up like 1850s or something, but still looks like a teenager and is just like occasionally says very problematic things that everyone immediately needs to correct him on.
Like, whoa,
Just
whoa,
like,
whoa, whoa.
I don't I mean,
Your pronouns are they, them, dude. Chill.
just the fun stuff. Nothing too offensive, but the whole like occasionally dropping like lady friend or dame.
Hey, that. Oh well.
Lady friend, they're non-binary. It's a partner.
Non-binary friend.
Kyle, did you get the link? I had to like stop and start OBS. When I did that, it was one of those things
Oh,
where
no.
it caused for some reason when I switched Discord froze again. So
That's all very
it's
sad.
yeah, it's fine. I kept most of the vocal going and our faces were frozen, but the
So the monstrous. I guess I'm gonna do that then.
all right, I'm gonna write that in here. And
So what have we come to terms with? The spooky has the partner that's the mundane, and now a monster. We did it.
Oh, I also
Yeah.
I
Wait,
want to
Pete.
be.
What are you doing?
I
Yeah,
want
what
to. I'm gonna be the professional, but I want to be like a weirdly old guy who's kind of supposed to be running
Watching
things,
us?
but like hanging out with these teenagers, and it's a little suspect.
my lord.
Like, what is this guy doing?
Yeah. Oh my god! And I keep trying to like convince everyone that I'm actually a teenager.
so we've got two old dudes, and then
Mhm.
the cat and Allie are young.
And two rowdy teens.
We are
Right.
playing our actual selves
That's
in
true.
this one.
This is our dynamic.
Yeah.
For sure.
I wish I could pull off some sort of Vincent Price look for this because I like want to be that as the keeper,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't. I don't think I could pull it off.
You could try.
Oh.
Okay. Can I'm looking at my curses. How would you feel if my curse was a vulnerability to glitter?
That's pretty good. I like
Just
it.
let
I
him
like
be
it.
Edward.
So, so just
I'll attune myself to him and he'll die. It'll be fine.
Right. Right,
Okay,
it's
so I was
terrible.
just looking through this because there's also the monster breed suggestions. And so for vampire, technically the curses feed off blood or life force,
Oh, that's fine.
but
I can totally.
but you don't have to pick that.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I mean, it would totally make sense that I'm just sitting in the control room, slowly, like boring every Mountie to death. Like,
yeah, because the question is also like, would you have um, would you also have some sort of vulnerability to sunlight? Because technically you're supposed to pick one, but there's also like, I mean, yes, glitter instead of sunlight.
well, it could be any. Like, the reason I say glitter is because, like, I feel like maybe it's not necessarily like a physical vulnerability. It just enrages me because I still find glitter from the 1800s.
I think that could just be like a character quirk.
Like,
Yeah, because I like this idea. Because the way the feed works, and with it being spiritual essence, which will just take energy vampire.
Really, it's just Ronan coming in with highlighter, just very lightly going like this and then running away. Why is it
Okay,
everywhere?
so all right, so tell me about the. I'm very very sorry that I didn't have time to read through everything. I
No,
skimmed
don't
everything.
worry. I mean,
Um, there was it's an insane couple of weeks for us.
we all had that conversation of it's been an insane couple of weeks, and we're all okay moving to every other week
Yeah.
because of that. For now.
So the ranges, intimate, hand, close. What is
Right.
that?
So yeah, that's so intimate is like if you had a bite attack, that would be intimate. That's like you have
Yeah.
to get that close. Hand is like uh a melee range, and close is a like short range weapon.
Okay, so for my natural attack, I could do life drain, and then extra, I could add close range to it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then I can talk to people and slowly just drain them.
Yeah. Yeah. And then yeah. So that's your I'm just looking at your so that would be which natural attack is that?
That would be a life drain
Okay.
plus add an extra
Okay.
range.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
I'm looking up the history options on the spooky now because I never actually read them, and I'm just like, these are all mean.
Oh no.
So I looked up. You said Surrey, Manitoba. Is that where the game is
That's
set?
how it would be pronounced in French. But
Oh, sorry.
Manitoba has
Really?
a whole bunch of French named places that are
Okay.
incorrectly pronounced. It is
Good.
Souris, Manitoba.
Souris. Okay.
Souris, Manitoba.
Which, for those of you who don't speak French, is the word for smile and the word for mouse. So, who knows?
True.
Is it a smile or a
And
mouse?
mouse.
No,
Who
it's
knows?
it's spelt the way mouse is. Souris.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's also a bar there called the Whistling Donkey, which I don't want to like throw any business there if it's a terrible place, but that's an awesome name.
It is. I mean, we can make whatever we want up about it. I'm sure no
Okay.
one in Souris, Manitoba is going to watch this. I just so the reason I chose this, there's two reasons. I wanted to have something happen around what used to be the longest pedestrian swinging bridge in, I
Okay.
believe, North America, and it like only recently was surpassed by somewhere else. And I think and I mean like within the
Ooh.
last 10 years. But I wanted to have something around there, and I also spent enough time there as a kid because my dad had family there, and it's
Mm.
small enough that I can remember what it looks like. So I thought it would be fun to do it there. It's known for gems and minerals, which is why there is a rock shop.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Kat, does your character has a car, right, or some kind of
Oh yeah.
transportation?
I hope you all are ready to ride in my mom's minivan because that's what the car is.
Yes.
Nice.
Because that's an option for me, but I think I'll pass on that if we've already got transportation taken care of.
Oh yeah. I got it. Don't worry. My mom's got us covered.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've decided on my moves. So the first one is immortal because he's immortal.
Sure.
So I don't age or sicken, and whenever I suffer harm, I take one harm less. And the other one is shapeshifter, and so
Ooh.
he can
Nice.
shapeshift. He can shapeshift into a big bright parrot, so that he can keep talking and draining people. So people
Okay.
don't realize. So he used to just
But
go
they don't realize that
like
parrot is taking away.
orphanages and just
Oh
like
no!
be
Why
put in like the
orphanages? Come on,
cornet.
man.
Well, because no one misses those kids when they die.
Oh man. Oh,
No,
brutal.
no,
So
Damn.
brutal.
Damn.
There's
I got spicy. Damn.
right.
What's your
He's still a vampire.
what's your alternate form superior sense?
What birds? I think they've got superior eyesight, don't
Yeah,
they?
it says
Most of the time.
sight for an eagle in the thing. I assume most birds have good eyesight.
Yeah, I know that parrots also smell really well because that helps them track in the dense foliage.
Oh,
Um, helps them track down their food, which
I mean,
is like nuts.
Toucan Sam, obviously, like,
Oh,
yeah.
right, yes, and that
Okay.
is real to life.
true.
I mean,
I assume those cereal commercials were a documentary, so
they absolutely were. I mean, didn't you notice who they were narrated by? You
no.
know,
Who?
it's all narrated by Attenborough. You
Oh, I thought you
know,
were gonna say
same
Morgan
guy
Freeman or
that does
something. Oh
Planet
man.
Earth. You know,
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say Morgan Freeman because of the
no,
penguin
I've got
thing.
deeper cuts than that. Come on
That's
now.
good. That's good.
Oh, and while we're at the bottom, so when we start talking about some of the weapon attributes,
No, we're nowhere near the bottom.
the way they work, I'm just sort of scrolling through the monstrous, and I have it up on the screen here. The way the attributes work is like if there is loud as one of the weapon traits, it means like I get to, as the keeper, narrate potentially that it draws attention to you as a group. If it's messy, I narrate, how messy that death is or what it does to the place around it.
Mm.
I chose big knife.
Ah,
That would.
That could be loud.
What does it have
Yeah.
Does it have an associated trait? Oh no, I'm looking.
It says big knife, 1 harm hand.
Yeah,
That's what I got.
yeah, it
That's
does
one
have.
harm.
So I mean, it does one
And one
harm. So
hand.
the way harm works is, any success, you do that harm
Yeah.
to the monster or whoever you're attacking. If they have an armor of 2, then you aren't going to go through that. For example.
The point wasn't to harm them. The point was to distract. That's
Yeah.
Aha.
Also, my
Yeah.
character just like she's not good with guns. None of my characters I make are actually good with guns.
Fair
They talk a
enough.
big fight. So I'm just like knife.
I feel like I need to research the RCMP now.
Also, for moves, I did choose for spooky I chose telepathy and
Oh,
I
nice.
chose hunches, which is when something bad's about to happen. So I can have some insight on what's going on there.
That's good.
Excellent.
Which
All right,
means
so
I can
what?
either help or not at all.
Right. So, if as far as moves and stuff like that is concerned,
Hmm.
for me, what are gonna be feel like weird is gonna be a stat that I need. Um,
If you, what it so the way they work is you would use so charm would be for charming someone, the sort of thing you would. It's the same sort of idea as like
that's
persuasion,
charisma.
charisma. Yep. Cool is doing something that is cool, for example. So like a cool move in your car.
So I would never do that. Okay, yeah.
Sharp would be
Being
your
smart.
yeah, your smarts. Tough is your stuff like the kick some ass move, right? That's your standard tough move. And then weird would be magic.
Okay. And would my natural attack be considered magic if it's life drain?
If it's an attack, it would be a kick some ass. It would be tough.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. All right.
But you have
That's
those.
different. That's definitely different.
But let's. So what were the moves that you chose?
So actually, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to unholy strength.
Okay.
Then, so I do weird instead of tough. I'm
Okay.
when
Is
I'm
that?
boring someone to death.
Oh my goodness. I'm trying to find that one. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah. Roll weird instead of tough. That's good.
So, have you decided how many luck points you were planning to give us during this?
I thought it was just automatically what's marked off in the thing. I didn't think I gave them to you.
Well, I don't have anything marked off in the thing
Oh yeah.
personally.
So okay. So the way that works is every time you want to use luck, you check it off.
Oh, okay.
And when you get to
So
the
just
bottom,
accumulate.
then
Just accumulate it.
I get to start pulling out your curses.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah. Or it just means like your number's up.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't have any curses. Am I supposed to?
Not necessarily, then it's
Oh,
just
okay.
me sort of
Messing with me?
messing with you. Yeah,
Oh,
that's when
boy.
I get to start making you the target more often.
Mm.
So that's what
Joke's on you, I'm already the target.
And the thing is this
I
is sort
think
of luck is probably within a one shot, not going to run out, but
yeah.
it's very
Oh,
difficult to get
don't
it
test this.
back.
Don't tempt us.
Then push your luck.
Or you can give us higher stakes and be like, you only have like 5 points of luck, guys.
Well, I was just
That's
thinking
fine.
about that.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna
You should do that.
if we're due. Oh, maybe.
Like 4, maybe
Ooh.
like even 3 or 4.
I was thinking 3 or 4. I was thinking about that before you suggested it. But
Just higher stakes.
yeah,
Stakes
you know what?
more
Let's
fun.
if it will I'm going to write a note of that and we'll decide as soon as we start like we aren't going to start playing. So till next week and I'll sort of look at it. But I definitely think 3 or 4 for a one shot would be reasonable. And I will go through just a second. Using luck. Where is that? Oh, the luck counter. There we go. So when you mark off a point of luck, you can choose one of the following lucky breaks. You can decrease a wound you just suffered to 0 harm. After you roll, retroactively change the result to a 12. So yeah, not every playbook includes fate-related stuff, but running out of luck means all. Oh, and in that case, running out of luck means that bad stuff is going to start happening.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, it's just
So is everybody's experience different? What you
Yeah.
get experience for?
yeah.
Oh, so
no, sorry.
every time
You level, you get the same amount of experience points, but you get to do different things with it.
Like, I'm pretty sure if I run out of luck points, it's different than if you guys run out of luck.
Yeah, for anyone who has a curse involved,
Yeah.
then you do get that. So I'm just gonna go in here.
Well, the reason I'm asking is because it says that whenever I roll and get a total of 6 or less, or when a move tells me to, I mark an experience box.
I also have that down on my.
Okay, all right. So that's
sheet.
the same for everyone.
Yeah, I think most
Yeah.
people have similar ones.
Hmm.
But yeah, so let's see, where is that? Is that at the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for everyone.
Okay, cool. So what are the moves that actually give you an experience box?
I have a move that gives you experience if you do something for me. So
Oh.
yeah, my
So-
move that I chose is called Always the Victim. When another hunter uses Protect someone to protect you, they mark experience. So whenever a
Nice.
monster captures you, I get to mark experience. So
Nice.
And then
That's
there's
awesome.
also, so the other way you get experience is gonna pop down here. It's at the end of the session. Let's see. Is that it? So there are questions you ask at the end of every session. They are: did we conclude the current mystery? Did we save someone from certain death or worse? Did we learn something new or important about the world? Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters? And if you get one or two yes answers, you mark off one experience. If you get 3 or 4, you get 2 experience.
Oh, nice.
Very
Yeah.
nice. All right. I'm thinking, oh God. Let me see. All right. I'm thinking that I'm shifting some things up so that it makes a little more sense.
What age were you thinking, Kat?
17 or 18, I think.
Okay, I'm the older one then. I'm gonna be 19.
Yeah.
The elder.
No, that's wonderful.
I'm not gonna be any better. I'm just gonna be just a sassy
Older.
teenager. Just
And I'm gonna wander over and be like, "Hey, cool peeps.
Hello, fellow youths.
How's it hanging over in the hizzy?"
The hizzy.
Oh,
We don't
boy.
talk like
spray on
that
highlighter.
anymore.
Oh,
Spray on
oh, dear.
highlighter. Spray on highlighter.
Oh, man. So all right, I've decided to change a little thing. I'm now not going to do unholy strength. I'm doing dark negotiator, so I can bore monsters.
Oh my god.
That's fun. That's
With dark
that's actually a
negotiation.
really good choice.
But
Not, and I'm not saying that. That's cool.
I also gave myself a -1 charm, so I'll keep
Oh, cool! I
trying
got
it.
a -1 tough. So
Nice, nice.
Oh, that's good.
I have a -1 weird. And I think
Well,
also.
that's because you're not
Nope,
cool
never mind.
like us.
Well, hey, okay. I am cool, actually. My charm is +2.
Cool, just not
so.
Oh,
that's my
oh.
weird. My weird is +2.
Well, my weird is +3 because I'm
Yeah, but
fabulous.
that tracks for you though.
Yeah,
Soundtrack
Yeah.
sync.
absolutely
sure.
sure
Because
does.
every choice you have,
For sure.
every choice you have does
Wait,
have
so
that.
if your weird is +3, does that mean you have 2 zeros or 2 negatives?
I've got 2 negatives. So
Okay.
I've got negative to charm. I've -1 to charm, -1 to cool, because obviously I am not charming, nor am I
Or
cool.
cool.
And plus 0 to sharp, because I'm just so boring. I can't. Like, I just don't. I feel like he's so boring and so old that he just doesn't care anymore. He knows that he's got to sort of play along, to get his food as needed, but it's just he can't be bothered to like learn new lingo. He's always about 15 years behind the times on that. Doesn't really
Love it.
understand what people are talking about.
That's
You
right.
know. Like I feel like he would have an iPhone, but he wouldn't know how to use it, so he would just like cast a spell on the iPhone to make it look like he was using it. And then actually use it as like a magic mirror or something.
So my character name is her name is Ronan, and she would 100% just like use telepathy to be like, I wonder if I can just talk to him in his brain and he can figure it out and he won't know it's me. And that would be that's the entire game, is me
Yeah, the
teaching a
whole thing.
monster how to use an iPhone.
That's it. That's when you've won the game.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
I feel like the challenge for you would be like trying to navigate this like perfectly still, just mind with no kind of signposts anywhere about what's going
The
on.
only thing that I'm going to say as Ronan is, wow, there's no thoughts behind those eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Head empty.
Big empty head. Wow.
Yep, absolutely.
Hilarious.
He's already thought all the thoughts.
He's all done.
So do we want to do introductions and then is everyone ready to do that, or?
Sure.
I'm ready.
Okay. Yeah. People haven't eaten. I say we sort of wrap for 9 o'clock and we'll introduce, do histories, maybe come up with the team name if there's some time, and then.
We have to have a name.
Well, I was thinking like if the FBI has the X Files, what's the RCMP's version of it?
It's absolutely the whippersnappers.
Oh, geez.
It
Oh,
says the
boy.
whippersnappers on the van, but there's like red spray paint that's crossed it out and just has a ghost as like that's
Wait.
it. It just has like a ghost, a crappy painted ghost on it, and
Wait,
that's it.
Now,
who's spray painting Cat's mom's minivan? That's
I was
what
about to say,
wanna
we
know.
can't spray paint it, so
Who's
but we can spray
defacing
paint
the
paper
minivan?
and like tape the paper on the side. Yeah.
now
That works.
I
Cool.
could also throw out the idea of the naysayers, but it's spelled like NEIGH.
Oh,
Go
It
away.
doesn't matter
Go
what.
away.
It doesn't matter
Mounted
what.
police.
Go away.
It
No,
doesn't
stay.
matter what the title is. Just know that it's going to be crossed out and have a ghost just drawn next to it instead. Like it does not matter.
Yeah, that's it.
We can figure it out later, though. All right. So, do we want to start with? Do we want to do the normal order of Kat, Kyle, Pete, Allie, or is there someone who wants to go first? We could do Allie, Pete, Kyle, Kat.
I'm fine with whatever.
I want to do first.
You don't want to go first?
Even though I'm
I'll go
probably
first.
prepared.
Okay. All right. We'll let Kyle go first. I want to write down your character name as well, so I don't put the wrong call you the wrong thing the whole game again.
Get that right.
Kyle, what's your character name?
Oh God, it has to be something delightfully ancient. Aloysius.
Oh, that's good.
Name is Aloysius.
How do you spell Aloysius?
I don't know.
Okay,
You're gonna
because
have to Google
I've
it.
seen
You're gonna have to
it
Google
spelled
brother.
like Aloysius, but
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure if that's
I
actually
think that's how it's
Aloysius.
supposed to be. I think that's how it's supposed to be spelled.
Mhm, mhm.
I think Aloysius Matthias Smith.
But spelled Smyth.
Smythe, then
Mhm.
Smythe. There's Aloysius Aloysius Matthias Smythe. There's
2 T's in Matthias or 1 T in Matthias?
two T's.
3
Thank
T's.
I knew
you.
it.
Good Lord.
I am not
Um,
spelling it correctly at all. Just to let you
Yeah,
know.
I spelled Aloysius Alowiscous,
Yeah,
and that's just what it
No.
is.
Hello
You are.
wishes.
I said owl like the actual bird, and
Yeah.
Oh,
Owlicious. Owlicious
Oh,
is great.
delicious.
And my nickname is just Al.
Al.
Like, just Al. Aloysius
Oh,
turns
God.
into Al.
yeah, we're just gonna call you Al from now on.
Okay.
Sorry.
No.
Everybody gets nicknames. That's just
Aloysius
canon.
Matthias. I just at some point I do want somebody to like call me by my whole name to reprimand me. You know,
I was about to say only when we're angry at you.
Aloysius
That's the only time
Matthias
you're gonna-
Smythe.
Aloysius Matthias Smythe. You get over here
How
right
dare
now.
you drain the energy in this room?
You
How
you
dare
Please
you?
excuse us. We forgot the list for our monster.
Right? It's like you are at a goddamn quinceanera. You stop doing that.
You think about what you've done.
Yep. That's gonna be a thing. I'm a wedding crasher. That's like officially my
Perfect.
gig.
I'm
Is
worried.
I just ruin. I go sit in the back of a wedding and just drain everyone.
I'm worried I'm gonna spell your nameplate Owlicious.
Yeah,
Hey,
you will.
you know what's
Do it.
great
Ah.
though?
It'll be
If you go
terrible.
to a funeral, there is no energy that you can tap from there. It's already like the energy is
Oh
so
no!
low.
Oh no! Well, that's the other thing about energy vampires. That it doesn't have to be boring. I could also then like just at a funeral, I could go like pee into the grave, and everyone would be so enraged,
Mhm.
and I could feed off that too.
Oh no.
Like, it's,
So do
it's just
you
being,
do you deliberately do things sometimes in order to feed off people's energy?
oh God, yes, all the time.
Oh my god.
Like I will,
Okay.
I'll go to the grocery store and I will have like 17 expired coupons to buy
Oh my
like
God.
3 items and wait for everyone behind
is
me to
just
start
gonna be
losing their
done to
mind.
it. Ronan's just gonna be like, whatever.
And every time I see like a new viral video with like some Karen, I'll be like, "Oh, I know her. Like she's another
No.
energy vampire." That's what
Oh,
she's doing. She's feeding. She's like,
oh, that's so bad.
Oh no.
yeah. I'm sorry, Karens are monsters. Like
They are.
they're
Mhm.
No, they
actual
truly are.
monsters. And
Truly.
I'm 100% here for that. So
Oh,
yes.
jeez. So we've gotten through your name and that you're an energy vampire. What else do you
Yes.
want to tell us about yourself?
So I grew up in I was born right as the Civil War was beginning. I grew
This
up
is in
obviously
Canada, though, right?
there's well I went to Canada
Canadian Civil
later. I was
The
born in
secret Civil War.
Boston, obviously with the name Smythe. You
Mhm.
know, I'm from old money. And so I was very privileged. Um, and I still have like a huge trust fund because I just keep, investing my money. I keep having long, boring conversations with stockbrokers.
Mm.
And they will just eventually tell me all their secrets and all the insider trading thing just to survive, just to try to spice up the conversation a little.
Mhm.
Oh,
Just to get out
So
of talking to you.
yeah, like it's a survival instinct that kicks in.
Mhm.
Um, So I've got so my fortune, I'm like sort of a billionaire-ish. So I'm here. I'm
Still
here
driving a
because
minivan around?
Being
well,
driven around
so
in a minivan.
Yeah,
so
finally. Because no
I
one else is allowed to
lived
touch it.
I lived for 70 years before cars were invented. So I still just haven't really picked it up. I ride horses real well. Um,
Hence the
there.
RCMP.
That's right. It's all on purpose, isn't it?
Here's a thought, Kat. The reason you don't upgrade the minivan is you're like it's the absolute like middle ground of energy, and therefore it cannot be drained of either positive or negative energy.
There you go. There you go. That's it.
True neutral.
So I've got a bunch of money, but nobody knows that because I don't really spend it. I spend it on like beautifully tailored clothes, look like they're from like I think I'm being very fashion forward and they're from like the 1910s. You know, there's um and I have like a huge gorgeous mansion, like several of them around the world. But I never really go there because there's no one to drain there.
And
So
you didn't tell the children at all. You're just keeping this very quiet to yourself.
yeah. And the reason that I showed up here is because I almost drained a Mountie to death, and then he recognized what I was, and I came here, and they tried to lock me up, but all of the guards died. They just kept dying over and over.
Boredom. They just kept
Yeah, literally
falling asleep
dying of
and
boredom.
not waking up.
Worse.
And they realized that if they just like that, I'll still hang around and help out as long as I also then get to go out into the world and like bore a monster to death every now and again.
It's a small price to pay for the big favors that you're bringing in.
Yeah, but I also have an enormous amount of information at my disposal because I've lived for so long and I know a lot about monsters, you know. So
Don't you know?
don't you know? I'm so nice.
Good.
And I'm a genuinely nice guy. I just, kill a lot of people.
Can I just say what I thought you were about to say there? I thought you were going to be like, and I'm a Gemini. And I was going to be like, we know.
Yeah. Sorry if it's stated. You don't
Yeah, no. Water sign all the way here. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
Awesome.
Okay. I think I kind of have an idea of what's going on.
Do you want to? Sorry, you want to go next, Allie?
I can go next if nobody else wants to go next yet.
Go for it.
Okay, so my character is Ronan Connors. She has waist length blonde hair, and she has like very dark eyes. They almost look black. And I on my sheet it said, "What's your aesthetic? Do you want to be casual or goth?" And I kind of just highlighted both because I wanted it to be like more casual goth, where she will wear the getup, but like not wear the getup. So it's like a black jean jacket, black pants, black boots, and like a white shirt underneath, and just like some dark winged eyeliner, like how I'm rocking it right now.
This is a professional organization, so I'd like it if you could be business casual goth, please.
We are in a mother's. We are in a mother's van, and I am 19 years old. I am going to wear my crystals out. Thank you.
That's a good point.
It's incredibly hard to be goth in Red Surge, but
I grew up like this. So she's 19 years old. And what I think is going to be like the key to her is that her mother is just way too supportive of everything she's doing. Her mother's just like, Yes, I love that you're doing this. I love that you're going out. I love that you have these abilities that you can just listen to people and we don't have to talk to you. It's great. We love you. And her father just really wants her to go back to community college.
Mm.
She dropped out like after like 3 classes and she was like, I'm done. I'm over this.
Was he excited by the internship?
He thought it was interesting and then he read what it was because he's not really interested in her being into the supernatural and would much rather her be into like computer science, and that's just not what she does. She is 100% a smartass, so when our resident monster says something outdated and just like really dumb in her eyes, she's going to correct him no matter what she does.
Uh,
And she's going to trust Kat's character completely. It does not matter what Kat does. She's going to trust it no matter what. It doesn't matter.
I do not think you want to give that much power to me.
Oh no, I do. You don't. So,
all right.
Hi, Kat. I'm known as a chaos demon and a condensed nightmare on Twitter. How are you?
All right. I'm
gonna...
great. I can be chaotic as long as there are no one stopping me. So.
Oh no, I am going to be the bard to your rogue. Like that's
perfect.
That's
what we're going for.
Yeah. So also she knows about the Wendigos in the woods and she's actually really good friends with them. So
nice.
if we're just going to put it out there, yeah, that's and that's Ronan.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I like the Wendigos.
Yeah, I felt like if she's going to be the spooky and knows about monsters and stuff, she's going to be like
have some pals.
Yeah.
Yeah, have some pals. Have some Wendigos in the woods.
Why they gotta be Wendigos? Why?
I just feel like Wendigos. Here's the thing: there's more than one of them, and I believe that they go in packs. So it's like easier for me to be like, there's several Wendigos in the woods rather than there's one Bigfoot. So
okay.
Well,
better.
Traditionally, I'm not sure how Monster of the Week does this, but traditionally, there's one Wendigo.
So
I think there should be several.
There's different versions. Because there's also
something that happens with different, tribes around different snowy forested areas.
Are you talking about the Appalachians? Are you going there? Do you want to go there?
I think the Appalachians are nice. Sometimes fall, especially, there are colors.
Also, no one ever says Wendigo. They always say Wendigos, and that means there's many.
So just there's there are multiple different versions because there's also the I guess
so I don't know.
There's one if you're possessed by the Wendigo, but then it becomes like multiple people are possessed by a Wendigo in one group, and then they are sent away from the group at the risk of becoming cannibals. Is one of the legends as well.
Well, so that's how I would drain a bunch of other people. Have that kind of conversation with them.
That's how I met Owlicious. That's how I met him.
Owlicious.
There you go.
Wendigos.
She got in an argument with me, and it was days later. Days later, we finally finished. And I was so full at that point that I got the itis. I just went to bed for a couple days.
Oh, good night.
Technically, it's an osis. I believe it's referred to as Wendigo psychosis, but
now
you're the energy vampire. I'm energy vampiring. Allie, have we let you get through your character though?
What more do you want to know?
I just want nothing. I just wanted to double check that we'd let
Yeah,
you
that's
have a
pretty much
chance.
it. That's pretty much it. She has a big knife that she stole from her kitchen, and that's where the big knife comes from. And that.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Oh, geez.
Hi, I'm a chaos demon. You brought the wrong girl on.
Oh, this is good. All right, Kat, Pete, who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
All right.
So my professional, his name is Doug, but it's spelled D-U-G.
No, go away.
No.
I am not having any of this.
I kind of picture him as Matthew McConaughey's character from Dazed and Confused, but not like sleazy like that, but kind of like that 70s look, you know.
Okay.
Okay.
For his outfit, so he's got a determined face, and for his outfit, I did put Canadian tuxedo. Sorry, Steven, I hope that's not offensive.
No, it's not.
But so, what's a Canadian tuxedo exactly?
It's a
Isn't
flannel
it all
jeans.
denim?
All denim.
Yeah, denim.
Oh, it's all denim.
It's all
Yeah.
denim.
Oh my god!
And
I wear
yeah,
that on occasion. It's cool.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Canadian tuxedo. We also
Not on this guy.
where I'm from, Winnipeg, we have the term Winnipeg luggage, which is a 6-pack or a case of beer.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, there are
Winnipeg
these
luggage.
Winnipeg
Oh.
luggage. So Pete, Canadian tuxedo or
Yeah,
Doug?
and I will say, so this being set in Canada, I don't know, like, I live in Texas, and so like obviously like firearms are different here than in Canada.
Just a
Because
little.
one of the
I
one of
can.
the options here, like serious weapons,
I
I picked
mean,
an assault rifle.
so
Is that
given that-
realistic?
So given that it's Monster of the Week and these are part of the thing, and because you're
Okay.
part of the RCMP, you would have access.
Okay, all right.
But the general
'Cause I just-
laws, so I can tell you what the laws, in case you have, as you know, deputized officers of the RCMP, the laws are in Manitoba specifically, and they differ from province to province a little bit, but not much. You can own a gun, specifically, so long guns are different than handguns. So handguns, you have to like be permitted out the wazoo, and unless there's some special case, your permit for a handgun, unless you're an officer of the law, is to have it in your house. It has to be stored apart from its ammunition. Both have to be locked up. And you can only remove it from your house to take it to a gun range or a shooting event for a handgun. Long guns are different, but they've just changed some of the laws. So like hunting rifles and stuff, you can take hunting, but
Okay.
you wouldn't have access to anything. Yeah, I mean, as a personal weapon, you wouldn't have access to anything more than like a hunting rifle. Maybe like you might get. I don't know guns very well because, well, I just explained the laws to you, and I know them because I know someone who is like an expert marks person, and she had medals for pistol firing, but basically it's you can have access to a certain amount of automatic weapons, but I think assault rifles and stuff are still illegal.
Okay. I will just say that as part of his job that he's got
as an officer of the law.
But I just kind of picture him, like, just in brief, I kind of picture him as like the kind of guy who watched like Dirty Harry too many times, and he is but he is in the RCMP, but he's just like sort of been like a pencil pusher. But I will say, like, he has a very high score in cool, because that was like one of the moves that I could pick. Oh, I see. Okay, so I just use that when I use that move. But he's got a high score in cool. and a pretty high score in tough. So he's so he's like been a pencil pusher, but he's like real like into the life and real like I don't know, like maybe takes himself too seriously or pictures himself in a different life than he's in, but maybe things will change on these monster hunts. We'll see.
I should
That'll be
also put in the disclaimer that anything I said about the legality of guns is not expert advice. And if you want to know about the legalities of guns in Canada, I recommend you contact a lawyer.
Yeah. It's
Hashtag
America.
not legal advice.
Hashtag don't go
America.
to YouTube for your legal advice.
Yeah, no, that's not a thing.
I learned that the hard way. Wait, what? Anyway.
So yeah, so you're a pencil pusher, and is there anything else we should know about you?
No. It's
All
just,
right.
So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
If you were a pencil pusher, how did you become a field agent?
I know people.
Might I make a suggestion?
Yeah, fire away.
That something that might be fun is if we're all sort of a little bit of a brand new team, is we went out on like maybe like a year ago or something. There was something big happening, and I was out on a stakeout with a whole bunch of people and accidentally killed all of them, and that was all the field agents. I just like
just
the stakeout was too long.
That's good.
You know,
yeah,
so there's
that's awesome.
there's okay. This is gonna be super sounds super terrible, but I feel like they now after that happened, they now have just a stable of like super excited puppies. They're like little like Chihuahua dogs, and I just go for a walk with them, and by the time I'm done, the dog's exhausted, and that's how they keep me from killing other people. Is just take really excitable dogs on walks and just drain them sort of daily. I think that's
that's awful.
No.
Well, no, it's a
Poor
good
little
thing
guy.
because they're those dogs that like I get what you're saying. There's no
Yeah.
other way of tiring them out.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's why it's fine, because my family has a bulldog, and they're naturally tired all the time, so you can't suck any energy out of that dog.
Me.
No.
And with that, it's Kat's introduction. Kat.
No.
Cool. My name's Scott Smalls, but everybody calls me Scotty or Smalls. I use he/they pronouns. What should I say about Scott? Scotty, is an 18-year-old kid with a pretty serious-looking face, some pretty like weirdly curly hair, just that's constantly just kind of always in front of their face. I feel like always wearing. So they're on the the college hockey team, but like as like a second stringer, like literally never gets to play a game ever, just is on the team. Yeah. But wears like the uniform like almost all the time. So like always wearing like the giant like jersey like 24/7. And over that is usually like this 80s style like windbreaker. I'm trying to think. He also gets his mom's minivan occasionally. So that's our ride. And has decided to go intern with this monster hunting group for a little while because it's either that or his parents said he needs to pick up an instrument and do something else with his life. Because his parents are like pretty successful in life. His dad's a professor. His mom's like a CEO of an advertising agency or something. So they're making money. They have a lot of money incoming, so they're pretty successful. And Scotty just doesn't want to be like that, and it's just like, I'm just gonna like cruise through life and just like do the things I like, and we're gonna ignore responsibilities, but now he has to get an internship. So here we are. Yeah. So.
I have the reason why Ronan enjoys you so much.
Oh boy, what is it?
She isn't 100% like okay with her telepathy skills yet, so whenever she's around you, it's just like finally silence.
Yes. Yeah. It's silence usually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just cruising. Nothing.
Is that part of the history?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that could be part of the history.
So
yeah, there we are.
I think that gets us all of our histories, and I've made some notes of it, and I think with that we have our character creation together, we have our histories together, and we'll meet again in 2 weeks' time. I can change the calendar, and I am stoked for it. I can't wait to see y'all in 2 weeks.
Sounds great.
I'm
Sounds
excited.
All right.
Awesome.
See y'all
Yay!
soon.
Woohoo!
Bye, everyone.
Hey, folks, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, don't forget to go back and check out our past episodes where we played Dream Askew. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon, and check out all of our links in the doobly-doo. See you next time.